what do you think of biological males competing in women's sports leagues? Like we saw during the Olympics, there was a biological male that beat the living hell out of a gal, and she threw in the towel. The I think it was in a billiards league recently. I mean, not such a physical sport, but the two finalists in the women's league were two biological males. They were transgender males. What do you think
Yeah.
about men competing in women's sports at this stage of the world where we're at today?
I think it's fucking bullshit because they have their own fucking teams and they need to go on their own teams. I had to wrestle on a boys' team because I didn't have a girls' team. I got my ass
Mm.
beat. I was snotty nose, blooding, puking, face in the fucking mat, and I had 12 brothers who said, "Get the fuck up and don't you stop." I didn't have a girls' team that I could go to and wrestle with, so I stayed. These men who were wanting to compete in women's sports are biologically not women. They need to go compete with men. If you want to wear a bikini when you swim, have at it. But at the end of the day, your testosterone levels and your estrogen levels are that of no, I do not support it. Now, let's say you're in some random rural town where there's like no men's team and you want to be a cheerleader. We have guys doing cheerleading and they, whatever, like
You're not
all of them.
competing against each other in cheerleading though. Like you're not
Yeah.
gonna physically harm someone
Hey,
cheerleading.
there are some tiny guys who I've seen get thrown in the air and they're pretty good. But
But
yes,
it's not like wrestling where your objective is to take down the other person.
no, obviously they're different sports. What's your point?
But thing is like in wrestling, this is a much different. It's a bigger issue in something like wrestling, where if the men want to step into the women's teams and play in the women's division, and is that not more dangerous for the women?
Fuck yeah, it is. And it's also more dangerous for the women who I have to wrestle at the end of the year because I've been wrestling dudes all year. Like, I mean, there's just no comparison. Like, but the thing is like there have been men's wrestling teams since like 500 BC. Like it was the first sport in the Olympics. Like the Greeks invented, like Milo was the first
Yep.
wrestler. Like there have been men's wrestling's been around. It's not an issue. Now, like if there's like a female specific sport that a man wants to join, I'm not against that if there's no men's teams per se. I
Okay,
guess
so there's some conditions. Yeah, I got you. I
But
heard.
men and women are totally biologically different. Men are bigger than women. They're like stronger than women. Men can throw objects overhand better than women, and that's not just from like a society thing. That is evolution. It's in our biology. It's in your DNA. Men are bigger, stronger than women, and so yeah.
I did beat a guy in my weight class. Just gonna throw that in there.
That
Just
would have been
saying.
embarrassing.
We were the same weight.
Um,
And he dropped oh my God, I hope he's not watching. Adam, I love you. I'm so sorry. But he quit wrestling.
You out him too. Say his name.
We all know I grew up in a small town, but yeah, he quit wrestling and joined the
Everybody knows the
military.
guy that got beat by the girl.
No one knows his name. That's his nickname. The guy who got beat by the girl.
Yeah.
All right, guys, I really hope that you enjoyed that clip. If you want to check out the full-length podcast episode, you can find that right over here. Also, make sure you visit my website over here where you'll find my supplements, the opportunity to book me privately one-on-one for coaching, and most importantly, my new School of Unplugging, which you'll find on the courses tab. Newer to the channel, hit subscribe.